graduation.
You need to speak up a little bit.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is at the graduation. Now, what I am is I'm the tank. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you who is my sister and what is she doing. Her name is Tammy Mitchell, and she
Quit moving around there, bud.
is graduating. Now, if you come over here, this is a tank, and you can see the fishies and our shirts and stuff. And over here is a crab. Well, the crab is gone, but if you look right there, there's a little spider thing, and it killed a lobster. It's very small. I don't know how it could kill it. It has a really sharp nose. And so, that's it for the news report. Thank you.
Alan H. Wong. Megan Kathleen Murphy. Karen Elizabeth Mitchell. Heidi Elizabeth Minster. Ryan Allen McCullough. Christopher Dale Martz.
All students here, parents, friends, grandparents. We also acknowledge our Board of Trustees, Board of Governors, Parents Association.
Because she didn't really teach me anything. I was I'd like to thank all my teachers and advisors and friends. And I'd like to thank Mr. Napier for putting up with me and all my questions after school. I'd like to thank Mrs. Eastwood, Mrs. Doyle, and Mrs. Ballish for always being there
and staying in class and filling me in with the news. You guys have been my light, happiness, and guidance at Orchard, and I can't thank you enough. But most of all, I'd like to thank my parents for sending me to this school and always supporting and helping me through my years here. I love you guys. Lastly, I'd like to thank all my friends for making me laugh and being there for me. I love you all and will always remember every one of you. Oh, and Elizabeth, I know our peanut butter factory will be very successful. Well, now my time has come to say goodbye and to move on to a new life in Chicago. So long, I love you all.
I can remember coming to graduation quite a few years ago and sitting on the bleachers with all of my teachers and classmates. I also recall asking, why are we here? What are all the big kids doing? Why is this taking so long? Well, after years of Orchard experience, I now know why I'm here, and I can't believe I graduated already. It's all flown by way too fast. There are people I'd like to recognize that have meant a lot to me these past 10 years. Thanks, Mrs. Wilson, for introducing me to Orchard, and thanks, Mrs. Starkey, for encouraging my artistic abilities in senior K, and Mrs. Collop for all the popcorn parties in our friendship. Thanks, Mr. Northcutt, for all of your Jolly Ranchers, and Mrs. Rubon and Mrs. Wilish for always having a hug ready when I needed one. Mrs. Mann and Mrs. Townsend, thanks for introducing me to more advanced literature that I'm sure I'll need in high school and all of your compassion for me. Thanks, Mrs. Crowell and Mrs. Eastwood for supporting me with their warm-hearted kindness, and Mrs. Appel for being there when I needed it the most. Additionally, I'd like to thank Mrs. Mason and Mr. Blair for their support in my acting abilities, and Reggie for always putting a smile on my face in the hallway. Most importantly, I'd like to thank God for blessing me with a loving family that only wants the best for me. I love you all. Before I close my speech, I would like to say to the upcoming 8th grade to enjoy your last year in the fullest, because it will be your most precious year at Orchard, and it will fly back faster than you can stay at graduation. I wish all of you the best of luck, as well as all of my classmates that will not be going on to high school. Orchard has been wonderful for me, almost like a second home. I will never forget all of the lessons, friendships, and moments that I have encountered. There's no place like Orchard School. Thanks, Orchard. I'll miss you.
Mitzel. Megan Kathleen Murphy. Suzanne Irene Nash.
I remember the day I shadowed in 5th grade. You all been there with me from the start. I'll never forget any of you. We talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times
I've been here a long time, but I have a few things that I want to say. I'm Sally Joan Mitzel. I'm the current president of the Parents Association and actually the outgoing president of the Parents Association. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. I heard that for the very first time at my 8th grade graduation back in 1973. I won't let you figure out how old that makes me. I don't remember much of what we did or what we said, but I sure remember how I felt. I remember feeling scared and excited. I was happy to be moving on, but I was sad to be leaving the place that I had spent so many wonderful years. Now as a parent, as my first 8th grade graduate, I find myself experiencing the same 14-year-old emotions. Scared for my daughter, yet excited for all the experience high school will bring for her. Happy that Orchard has molded and shaped her into who she is today. Yet so incredibly sad that she is leaving this safe and warm cocoon that Orchard provides. That cocoon of which I speak, for me, lies in this school's faculty and administration. I want to personally thank each and every one of you for the love that you have provided to these kids year after year. You have truly touched their minds and their hearts in ways that we only have yet to see. We all know that you could be elsewhere, but you have chosen to be here. And for that, I am eternally grateful. I think I can safely say that when I speak for all the parents in this room, I can say that you are truly the most special, the most dedicated, the most respected, the most humorous, the most supportive, but most of all, the most selfless group of men and women that I have ever come to know. I admire you more than you can ever imagine, and thanks will never be enough. I could not let today go by without thanking our head of school and my friend Dan Warnberg. Dan, you have been an incredible leader. You have supported our community the best way you knew how. You have been available to these kids. You have listened when they needed to be listened to. You may not have always seen eye to eye, and you may not have always agreed, but you always gave them a voice, and you allowed them to be heard. Thank you for your advice, for your guidance, your kind words, your wonderful sense of humor, your silly skits and songs, but most of all, thank you for just being you, because that's all we could have ever asked for. You are our friend, and you will be greatly missed. I want to say to the Orchard Class of 2000, I can promise you that you will never forget your grade school friends. When I went back to my 20th high school reunion a few years ago, the first people I gravitated to were my grade school friends. They were the ones that I laughed with the longest and shared the most memories. Hold on to those friendships. These people sitting amongst you today will be your friends for life. Cherish those friendships. They are worth holding on to. Today is full of beginnings and endings. This is a tough day for me. I have been here 10 years, but I am so fortunate that I have another 8 to go. Although I am ending my year as president of the Parents Association, I am ending it surrounded by all 3 of my children, my family, and all of my Orchard friends. How many presidents get to watch their kindergartner singing Peter, Peter Penguin to his sister, their 6th graders sing to her sister, and get to present their 8th grader with their diploma? I am very fortunate indeed. We have, as is a PA tradition, a gift for you, which you will receive at the reception after graduation. If you get a chance, please be sure to thank Doris Carr and Maud Glore and Linda Hamilton, as they are responsible for the gifts and all the festivities that have surrounded these last couple of days. Our gift to you from the parents is a small token of the love that we have for you as parents, and a small way of saying how very proud we are of you today. I know you have heard it time and time again, but having known so many of you since you were 3 years old, I want to say once again, I stand in awe of your class. I stand in awe of all of you as mature young men and women. You are all so very outstanding in so many ways. Finally, I want to leave you with this brief poem, and I know Joe will be happy because I've held it on way too long. The author is unknown. As you go through life, may love surround you. May warm memories cheer you. May happiness fill your heart. And may good fortune and friends walk beside you all the days of your life. Congratulations.
When I was in high school, my first summer job was a camp counselor. At the end of my first year of being a camp counselor, the camp director had an end-of-year meeting to provide some closure to the camp season. At the very end of that meeting, he told all the camp counselors, and I quote, "This was the best year ever, and you were the best group of counselors I have ever had." I, being young and naive, was elated. I'd done my job in exemplary fashion, and as a group, we counselors had done the best job ever at that camp. Well, not surprisingly, the next year I was once again a counselor in that camp. Many of my fellow counselors from the year before had moved on, better paying jobs, graduation, whatever, and we had a noticeably younger and more inexperienced staff of counselors. But at the end of that year, the same camp director had his end-of-the-year meeting with us. In his closing remarks, he told us in seeming sincerity, and I quote,
Sure enough, a scant minute or two later, I had several websites that would, for some fee, electronically catapult hit and pointings to my computer screen, thus saving me both time and angst as I wrestled with conveying the school's prideful and emotional task of saying goodbye to you. Of course, then I realized I was supposed to wrestle with this task. I am, after all, charged with the responsibility of paying attention to you. That for you and your families, for Orchard and your teachers, this day has been far beyond the reach of servers and web pages and the ideas of others. It is the acknowledgement that while resource-rich, our country's educational tapestry remains idea poor. Original thought carries far behind the media culture that pushes stereotypes that say we need to look alike, we need to act alike, and dress alike. Little by little, the external influences seep into our receptive yet uncertain and insecure minds, and soon, in the throes of uncertainty and adolescence, we wonder, are we supposed to think alike as well? Despite the current slogan being original, we find ourselves sliding into sameness. Yet, you all find yourselves now at that magical moment of adolescence, with all the intellectual power for original thought, for individual expression, captured by societal norms and expectations that you put on each other and yourselves. So I thought I'd help a little bit here. I'd ask the parents and guardians to stand, if you would, just a quick moment. They will be standing now. Here, my friends, is a collective group of wonderful people. People, by the way, that could use the big thank you for sending you to this wonderful place. They are your parents and legal guardians. Let me tell you something else. In this assembled mass was the kid who did not make the baseball team, the child who was always in the chorus and never the lead, the child who was shot down 5 times before getting someone to go on a date with them. In this crowd are many recovering acne sufferers, unmotivated but highly gifted students, less gifted but highly motivated students, and men and women, yes indeed, who look at you and as they remember their adolescence right now, they squirm. Look at them. They are squirming. You may sit down. Thank you for your service. Now, let's look at you. Let's look at you with your pituitary glands on fire in possession of all your faculties, having learned so much and yet with so much to learn. As you leave Orchard today, I challenge you soon to be freshmen to push for originality. These anxiety-provoking times that all of us have lived through turn out to be the source of your future instincts. These years are where the foundation of your originality are born. All of us here, in one way or another, take great pride in the development of you as a class. We talk about you, as you can tell, as a class. Ooh, these kids are good. Woo-hoo! What a great class. Indeed, a grandparent today gave me a quote, probably very concerned that we weren't going to speak in Latin, so he gave me a little Latin quote, that says, "Non nobis tectum nati," which immediately I interpreted as, "You are parked in the fire lane, but I was wrong." It indeed says, "We are not born for ourselves alone." And that, I would say, is your class indeed. However, most importantly, I want to thank Dixon Bloor for that quote, just in case we were to be sued for using some of my things. Thank you, Dixon. However, most importantly is our recognition that as a class, you are a collection of individuals who graduate today charged with the most daunting of tasks, the most challenging of adolescent journeys. Yes, indeed, the task of assimilating, fitting into the cultural and institutional norms of Park Tudor, Babuff, or Central, Carmel, and all the other schools you're off to. Oddly, this is the untastable air that you will breathe in when you enter these schools. As adolescents, you have special sensors to determine how not to stand out in a crowd. And here is the kicker, my friends, the final and cruelest joke. Your parents sent you to the Orchard School, a school that by design is alternative. For 77 years, we have been graduating originals into the mainstream. Lemmings who stand up and say, exactly where are we going? Salmon who swim and say, what's wrong with a little spawning down here? And less trite and more to the point, young adults who ask, what is fair, what is just, what is right? Despite what the gap would have you believe, being an original can be unpopular and emotionally draining. It doesn't, by the way, mean having to be uncouth, vulgar, or loud, but it means building an instinct for who you are and trusting these instincts in the cruelest of weather. You have given us much. My 8th grade friends, laughter, play, loads of smarts, and reminders of our calling to teach. If we have given you anything in return, let it be the courage to find your instincts, the courage to trust your instincts, and the courage to see healthy originality in all that you do now and for all the days of your life. Congratulations. So as I take my leave in a moment or two, I have cherished every moment of my 5 years here. I recognize that to the culture of Orchard as family, I may have seemed at times to be the provocative uncle that flew in from out of state to add tension to the big family house. It is my narcissistic hope that, like that uncle who heads back home after the event, you say, it's a lot quieter around here, but he had some interesting games to play. For those who found my pace quick, I apologize for my stuck transmission. For those who found my ideas on school and community somewhat difficult to stomach at times, I apologize for not providing the emotional mailbox for the moments I was here. Mostly, though, I come to the notion that was planted under Orchard's trees long ago, and that is the unwavering belief that the ills of tomorrow can truly be solved by elementary and middle schools today. That there is so much goodness here at Orchard that one can't help but reach for greatness. I am indebted to my friends, the talented and incredible harmonica player Joe Marshall, the faculty, trustees, governors, and parents of Orchard, and finally, as I close with you 8th graders, and to all the children of Orchard, for teaching me each day that wonderment outpaces predictability every time. My best to you all.
One like this?
Yeah.
Did you? You were with us.
Oh, yeah. This is better, though. This is much more bright.
Look! Do you see the rainbow? Isn't it beautiful? Wow.
See all the colors.
Oh,
Red, orange, yellow, green.
is that what you were yelling at me about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
It is.
Hey, Daddy, we should follow it and see if we...
I'll give you a picture in just a minute. Keep stirring like she said.
Look good, Jack. Jack.
If you're super messy, here's a paper towel.
Hi.
All right, I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna come around and see if you're silly putty. Oh, I gotta get around the circle.
What you doing?
It's just wonderful, isn't it, Dad? Now today is Sunday. Here's me.
And there's Alex.
Alex is my dad. I'm gonna come back, Daddy. Don't worry. Hey, Daddy, here I come.
Go.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jack, and this is the same day, and it's July 8th, 2000. And over there is my teammate, and he will be with me when we're doing my show. I'm not gonna be that good today because we crashed into each other today, and my elbow is really hurt in my knee, so I'm not gonna get the pedal. But I'm gonna do fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy this bike riding show. Oh yeah! Ha! Woo! Ha! Oh yeah! You're not that good. Woo-hoo, yeah, yeah, yeah!
I don't know what we're Villager. And shake my hand. Twist around. Go back. Go over here. Right down and just keep it alive. I'm trying to use it. What?
That's good.
I learned.
You guys are doing shopping.
Oh, I thought you did. Yeah.
Are you at the end or the beginning or in the middle?
In the middle.
In the middle?
I have a blue and white shirt. And this color.
Okay.
Where is it?
Perfect. He is just so ready.
Yeah, he is. He's readier. Oh, there's Dory and Kathy.
Look at that face. Look at that.
One another. We could get tobacco, salt, blankets, and food from those about us, and in turn give them the things that they needed. In time, picture writing was discovered. We could use paints made from berries and roots and picture our thought. Woman, and child, our life was not complete. Then, one day, the magician Nancy...
True. There is a great spirit who watches over his children. Although he has spoken to you by giving you all the waters and the winds, you can do this by moving your feet, your hands, your bodies, what is called dancing.
In this time of long ago, we did not dance. There were no drums, no rattles, no bull roars to make sounds. Our forefathers listened to Nanabojo, but still they were confused. Nanabojo called his helper forward, and from him took a hollow log. He stretched some rawhide on it, and using his magic breath, he blew upon the rawhide until it was dry. Little man. Everyone was afraid, but Nanabojo said,
Fear not, my brothers. He is one of the little forest people come to show you how to dance, so that you may speak to the Great Spirit.
As they watched, the little man got up, and for the first time, the people saw the sacred steps of the dance, the basic steps that all Indians would come to know. Cast his cunning against the enemy. With spear and shield, he displayed himself in the village. Proclaims on the warpath, his loudness gives way to caution as he studies every sign and listens for...
trying to accomplish, because when you get older, you like to think that you haven't lost a step. You still have the discipline that you had when you were a woodcrafter. So the alumni got so disciplined, so professional. They never said a word. They kept their eyes forward unless asked to do differently. They marched beautifully, and they made us feel.
Catherine Mitzel, Josie Petty, Maggie Phillips, Roxana Rosas, Lawrence Marlborough, Emily Hughes, and Carla Vogel. Congratulations, guys.
Can I go to Woodcraft? Can I go to Woodcraft? I can go to Woodcraft.
Oh, no, probably not next year.
Oh, Dad.
Oh, Dad.
Oh, she's way skinnier than I am. And the shoes are pretty cool. Oh, Katie, you look like you're 20.
Jack, get out of the way.
We have to twirl around, take a twirl, take a twirl, take a twirl, twirl us slow, slow. Woo! More finesse than. Oh, Katie, it's gorgeous.
And then if he came up to you and said, "May I have this dance?" what would you say?
No.
You have to stand up
Do you
straight.
know how to dance? Which hair do you put? Oh,
She knows how to do it. She takes Cotillion. This
Now you're really embarrassing her.
Oh, it looks way better on her.
It's a little big.
Yeah.
It's a little big, so I think the other one might be better.
Yeah, well, she had to jump. Do you like it, Katie? Yeah. Oh, Dad.
See, we're gonna be able to do fun things with her hair. Her hair's really pretty down, so
Gorgeous.
we'll be able to put it behind her ears and kind of smooth it out with some mousse or something.
Well, you gotta get this other one tried on so it was short and fabulous. I told you, Claire.
Why don't we turn off all the other lemon and it's music? Just got a little too loud.
Oops, I'm sorry, I'm in the way.
Do you like it, Katie?
Yeah.
Let's see the shoes.
Okay, dude,
Show the
let's.
shoes. With the Band-Aid. But notice the Band-Aid
Yeah.
with the broken toenail. She ripped a toenail off.
Oh, ouch.
So is this a dorky dress?
No.
Hannah picked this one out. Good taste, Hannah.
It's very pretty.
Well, we could have got her. We could have got her.
I got it.
You want to stand up straight?
Hey, Hannah.
All right,
Make
let's.
yourself an
Did
exclamation
you pick out this
point.
dress?
That's all, Prissy. Where did you learn that?
What?
Dad!
Isn't it gorgeous?
Isn't it gorgeous?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's it.
The one.
And that's the one. That fits perfectly.
All right.
And it's such a stunning color.
Isn't it? No one will have a color like that.
No one. It's a very unusual color because remember it's not purple.
Hey, Ada, did any of your dates work this hard for you when you were going out with them?
What is that called? Is that called
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle.
But it's also cornflower. Coneflower. Coneflower.
Oh, it is so. Move, sit down.
And so now we have to measure the hem, Katie, because ABC has to shorten it for you before she leaves, and she's leaving in the morning.
So that blue one is available, you know.
So,
Oh yeah, like I have a lot of events to go to.
well, how
You
about?
ought to keep it.
I am going to keep it because she'll eventually wear it. Or Kenny might wear it.
Yeah. Do you want to know where some?
And you know
some
the shoes
pins
actually
are?
go better with that dress, I think.
Yeah.
Because it has that shivery.
But, I still want it long.
Just decide.
I think it'll work either way. It doesn't. I don't think it matters. Jack, turn the
Why
car
don't you
on.
leave it just the way it is? So you don't have to do any cutting. Cutting in the hair. She wants it wear it here. What a surprise. Losing her sashes.
Here.
And hardly, she can never do it. She can never do it. But our sash fell. I know. She needs to have a kid.
There's Maggie. Hi, Maggie. Don't smile, Maggie. Try not to smile, Maggie.
The girls' equestrians are led by Susie Cosman from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, they got it.
Go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the Consular File. And the Consular Files are where kids in woodcraft dance, dress up as Indians and dance. And I'm just a little kid and I came here because my sister is in it, and this is the last one that they have this year. And the hula hoop, the fire hula hoop dance is like a dance that's fire, and my dad is going to tape it. And if you look over here, if you look over here, there's a field. So, Cameron, can you tape over there?
Uh-huh.
So that's it.
7 going on 42.